Hi, Crickets. This is Miss Sangren in 5th grade. And I know Dr. Sanfilippo has been sharing a ton of great books with you, but I was hoping he could take a little break for a second and let me pop on because I have a special book that I would really like to share. And I've had this book since kindergarten, which was a long time ago. So, when I was in kindergarten, an author came to my school and I got to get one of her books. In the inside, check this out. She even wrote me a special message. It says, "Especially for Kristen," that's my first name, "may you always find joy in books." And I love to read books and I love to recommend books. The people who've had me in 5th grade know that I enjoy reading and I love to talk about books with them. So today, I'd like to share with you the book Humbug Witch. There was this witch, and all of her was little, except her nose. That was very big. She had 2 crooked teeth and long, stringy red hair. It was so long she kept tripping over it. She wore a slightly squashed, tall, black pointed hat, like witches always wear. Orange gloves, a hand-knit black wool shawl, an old plaid apron, red and white striped stockings, and funny-looking black shoes with gold buckles on them. She had a good sturdy broom and a black cat named Fred. You can see for yourself, she was truly a frightening-looking, horrible, witchy witch. Does she look frightening to you? But when she tried to do things, they never worked the way they were supposed to for witches. Like when she wanted to laugh wickedly and scare everyone, it never sounded cackle, cackle, cackle. It always sounded giggle, giggle, giggle. Look, even Fred's giggling over there. Or, like when she wanted to go to Portugal or Chicago or to the next door neighbors, she would climb on her good sturdy broom and say all sorts of magic words and wait a few minutes. And nothing would happen. Then she would jiggle her good sturdy broom and say more magic words real loud. And she'd wait a long time. And still, nothing would happen, nothing at all. The broom would not move an inch. When she wanted to turn Fred into an alligator, or a hippopotamus, or a candy bar, she would get down on her hands and knees and look Fred square in the eye and say all kinds of magic words and wait and wait. But Fred just stayed a cat. When she wanted to cook up a batch of magic potion, she would dump all the very best things in her very best kettle, things like sour milk, paprika, molasses, prune pits, eggshells, hair tonic, apple peelings, pickle juice, cinnamon, genuine rainwater, cough syrup, and peanut butter. Can you imagine all those things mixed together? Ugh. And she would stir it and stir it and stir it and say all kinds of magic words she could think of. And then she would stir it some more. It sizzled a little. But it never got smoky or bubbly or exploded like magic potions are supposed to do. All it did was make Fred terribly sick to his stomach. She finally decided it was just no use. She stood her good sturdy broom in the corner. She took off her funny-looking black shoes with the gold buckles. She took off her plaid apron. She took off her hand-knit black wool shawl. She took off her slightly squashed, tall, black pointed hat. She took off her orange gloves. And she took off her long, stringy red hair. She took off her mask and went to bed. So did Fred. Thank you for letting me share my special book today. One of the reasons I love this book is because the main character is so creative. She finds something fun to do at home, she dresses up, and she does fun things that a witch might do. Maybe you're doing some dressing up at home, maybe as a witch, maybe as something else. If you want to take a picture and post it in the comments, I'd love to see what you're doing at home. Thank you for letting me share my special book. I hope you have a great day.
How to eat an airplane. If you want to eat an airplane, there are a few things that you should know. The truth is, most airplanes are too large to eat by yourself. So if you want to eat an airplane, you should have a party. Invite guests. Airplane invitations are called tickets. Send one ticket to each guest and make sure they're first class. You'll want to set the table at least an hour before the meal. Be sure that you have knives, spoons, and forklifts. Greet your guests at the gate. If someone has a carry-on bag, offer to put it somewhere away from the meal. You don't want it to be eaten by mistake. If your guests don't know one another, introduce them like this. So-and-so, this is such and such. Tonight, you will be dining buddies, but except don't say so-and-so and such, unless those are their actual names. Escort your guests to the dining room and begin with a toast. People know the airplane toast. To friends in flight and appetite and stomachs the size of the sea. Guests can refill their glasses from the wings which hold the jet fuel. Serve appetizers as guests mingle. Now, the cockpit is filled with delicious dials and tasty instruments. They tell the pilots how fast the plane is going, how high it is, and how much fuel is left. They're also crunchy. Now it's time to be seated. Everyone fasten your seatbelts. The perfect first course is a warm bowl of engine oil, which will help everything go down smoothly, of course. Everyone should tuck in their napkins in case they spill. The salad course is next. Aileron rhymes with Sailor John and comes from French. Now serve the ailerons with French dressing. Voila! For the next course, it's nice to serve the landing gear. Now make sure it's smooth and not bumpy. Airplane wheels are vulcanized, so you cook them well before serving, and you don't want them to be too rubbery. Remember, it takes 45 minutes for the brakes to cool down after you land, so give the guests oven mitts just in case. If a guest comes late, don't fret. Hand them a glass of jet fuel as they recite the tardiness toast. To friends in clocks and paradox, I'm usually on time. Oops! Then graciously welcome them in. Everyone will be excited for the next course, the engines. Just remember, cheering, squealing, slurping, burping, singing, strumming, and screeching are all sounds that do not belong at the table. Also, roaring. Roaring means that you may have forgotten to turn the engines off. Now, don't open your mouth while chewing unless a bolt or screw got stuck in your teeth. And if this happens, you just make a small joke like, I thought something felt screwy. Take a nice stretch between courses, preferably out on the wings. The wings of some planes are as large as a basketball court. Encourage your guests to play a couple games to help with their digestion. No game is complete without snacks, though. Serve the snack carts. Oh, and the snacks, too, if you want. Now it's time for the main course, the fuselage. It rhymes with blue garage. It's the largest part of the plane, so be careful climbing in. Inside the fuselage is packed with all sorts of delicious treats, scrumptious seatbelts, mouth-watering windows, succulent seat cushions, and tasty tray tables, plenty for everyone. The lavatories, which are the bathrooms, are not luscious. You should eat around those. Airplanes are so delicious that it's easy to forget to keep up the conversation. Here are some suggestions. What's your favorite kind of landing gear? Would you like another trim tab? Or you could tell a joke. How did the grizzly get to Japan? On a bear plane. Ha, LOL. After munching the tail, chomping the wings, bolting the bolts, guzzling the grease, and many of your guests will be at full capacity, everyone should pack a suitcase full of leftovers to bring home. However, it is always polite to offer some dessert. Perhaps an ice cream truck. And they're eating the truck. If you do get a chance to check out How to Eat an Airplane, one of my favorite parts is the bonus pages at the end. And so I'll put them close so you can see they have offered some airplane facts, which are real facts about airplanes that I actually did not know many of them. I find them quite fascinating. That might be it. Yep. On to book 3.
Hi everyone, Mrs. Meek here. Today I have a math story for you. It's called Too Many Cats. Ooh, look at that cover. There is a lot of cats. This book is special because we can take turns reading. I'll read one page and I need your help reading the second page. Let's get started. It was the day before Suzu's birthday, and Suzu knew just what she wanted. It was not a bike or skates or even the red hat her mother made her try on at the store. Suzu wanted. What do you think she wanted? This is your turn. A white cat. Those look pretty cute. Suzu told her mother that she wanted a cat. And her mom said, "We'll see." So Suzu was pretty sure she was just going to get a new red hat. She doesn't look very happy. Still, Suzu was hopeful. She went to bed early that night to dream about the white cat she probably wasn't going to get. But before she fell asleep, she saw something moving in her bed. She pulled back the covers and found, oh no, what do you think it is? Is it a monster? She found one white cat. Oh my gosh. It was just what Suzu wanted, but Suzu barely had time to say hooray when another cat crawled out from under her bed. First, Suzu had no cats. Then she had one cat. And now there were, how many? 2 cats. Whoa. Suzu was surprised to hear a loud meow coming from the living room. Could it be another cat? She crept into the living room and looked around. There on top of the TV, curled up in a little furry ball was, help me out, a red cat. Oh my gosh, look at its collar. What number do you see on there? Suzu could hardly believe her eyes. First, there was a white cat on her bed, then a black cat under her bed, and now a red cat on top of the TV. That made 1, 2, 3 cats. Oh. Suzu felt a little silly for doubting that her mother was going to get her a cat. It seemed her mother was planning to give her 3 cats for her birthday. But wait, what was that sound in the kitchen? Could it be that her mother was going to give her 4 cats? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Suzu hurried to the kitchen but was a little disappointed when she didn't see another cat. She heard a tiny meow coming from the cupboard. She opened the cupboard door and there was a yellow cat. That one looks pretty cute. Suzu went to hug the yellow cat, but stopped when she heard a crashing sound behind her. She turned to see that the curtain had been pulled down from the window. Tangled up inside the curtain, she spied a green cat. Oh my gosh. Suzu's mother had certainly found some unusual cats to give Suzu. There was a white one, a black one, a red one, a yellow one, and a green one. That made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cats. Oh my gosh. Suzu gathered up all 5 of the amazing cats and started to carry them back to her bedroom. While passing through the dining room, a flash of color caught her eye. Stretched out lazily inside the china cabinet, she spied a purple cat. Now Suzu's mind was reeling. Where were all these cats coming from? She had only asked for 1, but now she had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What number comes after 5? 6 cats! Oh my gosh, this is crazy, you guys. Suzu picked up cat number 6 and moved cautiously through the living room, hoping this cat was the last. Then Suzu felt something pawing her hair. She looked up to find another cat, and this one was pink. That made it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And one more is 7 cats. Oh my gosh. Suzu couldn't believe it. Now there was 1 cat on the chandelier, 2 cats climbing in the potted plants, 3 cats crammed in her mom's favorite vase, and 1 more on Dad's special rocking chair. All that was bad enough, but then Suzu spied a blue cat. Oh my goodness. Have you ever seen a cat that's blue? Neither had Suzu. She hurried toward her bedroom, hoping with all her might that this was the last cat she would ever see tonight. Trotting behind Suzu were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 more is 8 cats. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. Suzu was almost to her bedroom when she heard another crash. She tried to ignore it, but she couldn't, so she rushed into the bathroom and pulled back the shower curtain. You can guess what Suzu saw. Another cat. Now there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Your turn, how many? 9 cats! Oh my goodness! Suzu sprinted to her room. She did not want to find any more cats. She jumped onto her bed and another cat bounced into the air. This one had stripes with all colors of the rainbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 cats. Oh my gosh. Enough already! Suzu loved cats, but 10 cats were more than she could handle. What was her mother thinking? Suzu climbed under her covers, pulled them up high over her head, and thought again about what she had found. Ooh. Let's count them. Can you count all 10 of them? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cats. Oh my gosh, which cat is your favorite one? I don't know. There's just so many. Suzu felt someone shaking her shoulder and softly calling, Suzu, it's time to get up. Today's your birthday. Suzu carefully peeked out from under her covers and looked around for the cats. But instead of 10 cats, Suzu saw Are there any cats? She saw no cats. What? Suzu was very confused. First she wanted 1 cat, then she found 10 cats. Now there were no cats at all. Suzu's mother whispered, I have a surprise for you. She pulled something white and fluffy from behind her back, and Suzu smiled. It was just what she wanted. What do you think it is? 1 white cat. That was such a fun story. Thanks for helping me read it. How many cats would you want? And what color would you want your cat to be? Maybe you can draw me a picture and show me. I would love to see. Thank you again so much for reading the story with me. I love you guys. I miss you guys. Hope you're staying safe and healthy. Bye.